Hello, my name is Lin Xiaosha. Today, my group members and I are going to introduce and discuss Huawei smartphone. And these are my group members' names. First, I will introduce some information about the smartphone. It is one of the smart devices produced by Huawei, a leading global provider of information and communication technology infrastructure and smart devices. As the main product of Huawei, the smartphone features an ultra-light telephoto camera, which provides a new era of mobile photography. Also, it has robust battery life and supercharge. Furthermore, the most strongly recommended is Harmony OS, the unique technology of Huawei, which drives Huawei smartphone to be more competitive in electronic market. That means innovative technology is one of the most important factors of Huawei smartphone. As for other factors, the labor and capital are also necessary. Huawei has a very strong team of research and development. Besides, because of the support from Chinese government, Huawei is adequately resourced for innovation and sustainable development. And this is the production function of the smartphone. With this strength, Huawei can suppress its rivals in the electronic market, and its smartphone represents a large market share in China. According to the researches, the annual growth of Huawei smartphone shipments in Chinese market rises 1%, which accounts the highest in total. However, the revenue of Huawei smartphone relies heavily on Chinese market. It shows that over 50% of total revenue comes from the business in China. It means that Huawei smartphones still need to improve competitiveness in the global market. Next, my group member will show the cost of smartphone and other information.
So let me introduce the cost of Huawei mobile phones. The production cost of Huawei mobile phones includes research and development expenses, raw material expenses, manufacturing process expenses, labor expenses, marketing and distribution expenses. The first three are fixed costs and the last three are variable costs. The specific cost values are as follows, and the data are all from Huawei's annual report. Research and development costs are RMB 142,666 million, and raw materials plus labor costs are RMB 329,362 million. Marketing costs plus distribution costs were RMB 104,161 million. The cost of the production process is 160,849 million RMB. Then let's turn to market structure. Huawei is in an oligopoly market structure. In this structure, only a few players occupy a significant market share. As far as the smartphone industry is concerned, the biggest competitor of Huawei mobile phones are Apple, Samsung, Xiaomi, Oppo, and so on. Especially after receiving sanctions from US government, the market share of Huawei mobile phones has decreased sharply. The following is the market share of industry. Among major manufacturers, Samsung has a 22% market share, firmly ranking first in the world. Apple ranks second with a 19% market share, and Xiaomi ranks third with a 13% market share. Oppo and Vivo ranked fourth and fifth with a share of 9%.
Hello, my name is Liang Huihan. I'm going to talk about the shocks that Huawei faces. In short, I'll summarize two crises for Huawei. One is the global health crisis COVID-19, which has had a profound impact on the supply and demand side of every industry. Several supply chains in the digital industry were cut off, and there was a significant drop in consumer demand due to the recession. The second is the US sanctions. Although it is a political policy, it is no less than an economic crisis for Huawei, which since 2019 have restricted Huawei technological development, as well as the operation of its vital business by several US sanctions. As you can see, Huawei sales revenue will stop growing at a high rate in 2020, and by 2021, Huawei's sales revenue suffered a fatal decline of nearly 30%. If we use sales as the market demand, we can see that during 2020, Huawei's demand has dropped significantly. Its sales are negative in almost every country in the world, with Asia Pacific experiencing a relatively small drop. China, Europe, and the Middle East and the Americas all experienced a huge reductions. However, the supply side is relatively difficult to investigate. Let's look at codes to approximate whether their supply side is affected. What is clear is that Huawei's costs have decreased rather than increased. Therefore, we can draw the following conclusions. First, US sanctions have not yet dealt a serious blow to Huawei's supply side, but its policy stance had a significant impact on Huawei demand in various countries. Second, the same is true for the pandemic, causing lower consumer demand and thus reducing sales. Third, although supply remains stable, the sharp decline in demand and the inability to cut R&D costs due to the sanctions have left Huawei without a price advantage, so it faces serious challenges in the market in the future.